Danielle Grant is starving.
I'm trying to see if I can get some food because we literally don't have anything to eat today or tomorrow. So we're gonna try to make ends meet, and we can. But it's like they're not gonna let people starve. That's ridiculous.
Like she need to miss a few meals. It'll do her some good. Oh my goodness.
Bad.
Danielle Grant is starving.
I'm trying to see if I can get some food because we literally don't have anything to eat today or tomorrow. So we're gonna try to make ends meet, and we can. But it's like they're not gonna let people starve. That's ridiculous.
Like she need to miss a few meals. It'll do her some good. Oh my goodness.
But it's like, no, that's literally like what's happening.
We begin with the return of SNAP benefits after the end of the government shutdown. But the Trump administration.
No, bad.
Danielle Grant is starving.
I'm trying to see if I can get some food.
And then start crying like this. Y'all notice any tears? Ain't no tears. They're just making funny noises. Women are good at that. They are really good at playing victim, like, and doing all that crying stuff. Like, but as a man, you gotta be able to see through all that because that is one of the number one ways for women to manipulate. No question about it. A lot of police officers have attested to this, or agreed to this. And yeah, women will do this, and as soon as they don't give them the ticket, they just start crying. They just got them, and they just drive off. They do it all the time, so don't fall for this. I mean, how much GBT was she getting? Look at that. Look at that double chin. I mean, well, damn. How much was she getting? She must have been getting at least $5,000 a month off of EBT. She must have been.
Because we literally don't have anything to eat today or tomorrow. So we're gonna try to make ends meet, and we.
That's what all of these people right here. And they don't look disabled to me. They look like they can work. Bruh, you can get a $40,000, $20 an hour job. You and your partner, and both of you guys are making $80,000 a year. No problems. You'll be in a two-bedroom apartment. You could probably get a house. It's not going to be the great neighborhood, but you probably get like a little house where you're paying, say, 354, 400 for. Your mortgage probably be like what, 3,000, something like that. What, 36,000. It may even be up to 3,000 because if you do 3,000 times 10, no, sorry, times 10, that's 36 plus another 642,000 times 10. No, you won't even pay that. You probably be paying like $2,500. If you and your partner are both have a $20 an hour job, you can easily afford a mortgage of $2,500. Where you live won't be great, but at least you'll have sweat equity. All these people can find a job that's paying them $20 an hour and find a partner that's willing to deal with them that also makes $20 an hour. But they choose not to. They chose to depend on the government for the rest of their lives. But now the government is pushing back and saying, you know what, dude, I can't afford you anymore. So you gotta go. You're on your own. This is why I say a lot of women are going to have no choice but to get married. They got no choice. They can't afford to be alone. They literally can't afford to be alone. They can't. It's either that or they sell the box. It's one or the other. It's either that or they sell the box. Not that many women are in STEM. Not that many. And all these women, most women make, if you're a black woman, most women make what, $40,000 a year? All right, let's find out. What does the average black woman in the United States make a year? The average income of a black woman in the United States depends on factors like age, education level, but can be estimated using recent data. For instance, a black woman with a bachelor's degree working full-time only earned what, $57,000, while Nigeria for a black woman was about 31,000 across all ages. What percentage of working age women have a bachelor's degree that are black? 26% though. Approximately 26% of age 25 and older hold a bachelor's degree or higher. This data comes from blah, 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 blah. So it's only 26% of them would make what? So I remember I ran into some data where only 9% of black women, regardless of bachelor's degree or not, only 9% of black women earn over $75,000. Only 9. Only 9. All right. What is the average salary of a black woman that does not have a bachelor's degree? That ain't what I asked. What is the average salary of a black woman that does not? Right. What is the average salary of a black woman that does not have a bachelor's degree? Y'all see this? The average salary of a black woman without a bachelor's degree is about $33,000 for those with some college. For those with some college, or $28,000 for those with high school GED. Meaning, most women. So those numbers make sense, right? If they have a bachelor's degree, on average, they're going to make $57,000 if she's black. If she doesn't have a bachelor's degree, she's going to make $33,000. That's where that 40% number comes from. 40s. And it's closer to 40% because we now know that 74% of black women do not have a bachelor's degree, which is what I showed you here. Show you. Right there. Approximately 26% of black women age 25 or older. That means 74% don't have a bachelor's degree. So that means 74% of them earn about $33,000. If they do, they earn what? $57,000. So that means the average black woman, if you factor in, if most black women make $33,000 a year, dog. Period. $15 an hour. The end. That's just the way it is. Right? Just it is what it is.
Can for, but it's like they're not gonna let people starve. That's ridiculous, but it's like no, that's literally like what's happening.
We begin with the return of SNAP benefits after the end of the government shutdown. But the Trump administration says recipients may have to reapply for the program to cut down on fraud. Fox 26's Angie Rodriguez is in studio this evening to share the latest. Angie.
Yeah, good evening, Tom. The Houston Food Bank says they have helped over 25,000 people so far this year, not including an event that they had earlier today. They tell me they're expecting an increase in the amount of people they help as the holidays linger closer and closer. As the holidays creep around the corner, so does a new deadline for SNAP recipients to reapply for their benefits. This comes just after millions receive their first partial payment for food in weeks.
Starve people. Now they want to starve them again. The Trump administration just floated a plan to force every single SNAP recipient, seniors, parents, disabled people, low-income workers, to reapply from scratch to prove they deserve food. Not because there's evidence of mass fraud. No, not because it helps families, but because starving people is now a political tactic. They already cut off full benefits during a government shutdown they created. They already told states to undo approved November benefits. And now the
So I don't quite understand how you depend on the government to feed you. I don't even understand that thought process. I just can't. Man, I've been broke before, dog. I've been broke. Living off the change in my car, bro. I've been broke before. Ain't no question about them. I never asked for the government one time. Thought never even crossed my mind. I was like, bro, there's just too much paperwork. I ain't got time for this shit. I'll figure it out. The problem with these people that depend on SNAP benefits is they just don't want to do the work and acquire valuable skills that society actually needs. Period. That's all it is. Now there are some that, they are truly disabled. There are some that are mentally ill and stuff like those people absolutely should get the SNAP benefits. But the majority of these women, the majority of these people, crap, they just don't want to. They just don't want to work. They don't want to apply themselves. It is so exciting for me, right? Like building companies. It's so exciting. It's just, the thought process behind it, their creativity, just seeing it come into being, right? Let me give you guys an example, right? Like if I go here, hold on. Show you guys something real quick, right? So this is a course that I created, right? Obviously, that's me and stuff. So I got all kinds of different courses that I created, right? This is the name of the website is clouduniversity.com, right? So it's so like if you go here, like look at all these courses I created. Like look at all these that I created, right? Total, all these courses I created over COVID. I created over 1,000 different videos. 1,000. I created over 1,000 videos. It was hard work, but it's so rewarding seeing that people are paying for it and people are getting educated and people are changing their lives. Like we teach people how to make $120,000 after like 3 months. Can't take 3 months out of your life to learn a new skill, really. That's what we're doing. So I just can't understand. And I have other companies that's not their end. So I just can't understand the mentality of somebody that just doesn't want to be creative enough to even start a bit. Dude, are you telling me that with the inspiration that God is giving you and the brain that God is giving you can't figure out a way to earn $200 for the rest of your life every day? Really? You can't figure that out? Fine, you can't figure out how to make $150 a day for the rest of your life. How much money that is? That's $54,000. Passively, you can't figure that out. You got dudes like Elon Musk who are about to be trillionaires. You can't figure out how to make it. You think God is not going to show you a way to make $200 every day for the rest of your life. You think that's something to God. Hell, 2,000. You think that's something to God. $2,000 a day. You think that's something to God. Sometimes you guys got to realize who your father is and how rich and abundant he is. He literally has everything. There's no amount that you can ask him for that he doesn't have in oodles. So why would he deny you $5,000 a day? Why? It means nothing to him. You just got to do it the way he tells you to do it. You got to work, you got to plan, and then it comes into fruition. It's pretty cool. Like creating new companies is cool. And guys, I do this YouTube stuff. It's cool and all. It's fine. Right? It's fine. I'm finally monetized and whatnot, so it's fine. I can now add my shop to it, so it's cool. It's fine. If you for 1 second think that this is what I'm dependent on, you must be crazy. You don't pay no money. But they're gonna give me what, $100,000 a month? What the fuck is that? $200,000 a month? Not too many people earn that off of YouTube, $200,000 a month. Not too many people. That's to me, it's not. It's fine. It's not a lot of money, dude. It just isn't. I just do YouTube. It's just a hobby. It's cool. It's fun.
Next step, make millions of vulnerable Americans jump through impossible hoops just to keep basic groceries. This isn't about efficiency. This isn't about fraud. This isn't about anything else. This is about punishment. This is about humiliation.
That's BS. That's absolutely BS because for people that know Trump, they know that he's a very giving person. He's actually a very giving person. He would just randomly give his workers $100. They'll just line up and he just give them $100 just off principle. He's helped Jesse Jackson when he was running for election. He helped Jesse Jackson. He's given loans to black people that they didn't have to repay. Trump doesn't have a bad, no, I would say he doesn't have a bad bone in his body, but I'm saying he doesn't strike me as a vindictive person. Like, he doesn't strike me as somebody who would go out of his way to hurt the average American. No, I don't get that from him at all. I absolutely get that he will try to make as much money as he can. Oh, absolutely. He don't care about nothing. Oh, he gonna get that money. But as far as him going out of his way to hurt the average person, to make them starve, no, that's not Trump's MO. No. Mm-mm. Trump, I feel like Trump is somebody who actually has a heart. He may be cold-blooded in business, and he might want America first, but I get the sense that Trump actually has a heart. He wouldn't go out of his way to just kill the average person. Now, if you're in business competition together, oh yeah, he will be ruthless against you. There's no question about it. That's just business. That's just, it is what it is. That's just business. But
This is about reminding poor people that their survival can be taken away at any single moment.
Boy. So we got to talk about the EBT community because riding around in expensive cars and stuff like that for this program. Take a look.
What kind of fraud are they talking about?
Yeah, thanks for having me on. So it's not 100% clear exactly what the secretary is planning to do yet. We haven't heard back from USDA when we sent them an email to request more details. Because SNAP participants are already required to recertify their application information every 6 to 12 months. And they're also required to update work history, income, et cetera, to make sure that they're still qualifying for SNAP along the way, or they'll get kicked off the program. So a lot of the fraud that Republicans, including Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins, are talking about is cracking down on folks receiving SNAP who aren't working, or what Secretary Rollins has said is she wants to make sure, and the president said earlier this week, is that the administration wants to make sure that the folks who are receiving SNAP benefits are those who truly need it, in their words. So Republicans have already sought to crack down on error payments, which are just miscalculations from SNAP administrators, et cetera. So we have to stay tuned and figure out exactly what the department is planning on this.
Yeah, Secretary Rollins this week said that 186,000 deceased men and women and children are receiving a check. They say that's coming through SNAP, and they are citing data from 29 states that complied with the USDA's request for information. So Secretary Rollins is teasing an eventual announcement to basically overhaul the SNAP program in the coming weeks. Do we know how the administration is preparing for this overhaul? If you could expand on that, what are they researching?
Yeah, absolutely. It's still a little bit unclear if this reapplication for benefits is something that the secretary is looking at in terms of her overhaul. Republicans already passed a $186 billion cut to SNAP in their reconciliation package earlier this year. So a lot of the GOP priorities that we've seen come up in agriculture policy discussions in the last few years have already really been passed through that reconciliation process. That includes restricting work requirements, making sure that, just cracking down on folks who have children, changing the age of what they describe as a child to make more people subject to work requirements. So a lot of folks will already get kicked off of the program at that point. So it's not 100% clear yet exactly what else the administration has planned. The reapplication piece could be a key part of that, or some other, new paperwork requirement for folks. What has come across to me in my conversations with Republicans is that their top priority is to make sure that undocumented people and only American citizens are receiving SNAP, which is the current law. But they also want to, address that as well.
All right.
No, and shout out to Black Conservative Perspective. Check him out. He's got close to millions of subs. Did you guys know that most of the money that goes to Medicaid and SNAP, WIC, goes to both illegal aliens and so U.S. citizens, illegal aliens, and there's aliens that have not received the status yet, or something like that. About 60%, 65%, no. It was 23%, only 23% of SNAP goes to U.S. citizens. That means 77% goes to illegal aliens of some sort. This is what Trump is trying to do away with. It's waste. This should actually go to U.S. citizens. Because what happens is when illegal aliens are taking on the SNAP benefits, people that actually need it, like old people that actually need it, their monthly allowance goes down significantly. So let's say they're supposed to be getting, say, $700 a month. They get what? $150. This is the waste that Trump is trying to do away with. It's got nothing to do with the average person trying to punish the average person. What does Trump care? Why would he do that? That's just not his MO, right? Anyway, let me know what you think, guys. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, talk to you guys soon. Peace.